Victini taking these like they are absolutely nothing. And this little thing is putting in work right here. I really like how Victini is looking right now. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. If you're new to the channel, we do upload Pokemon Go content mostly related to PvP, so please consider subscribing to the channel if that is of interest to you. And if you're a returning subscriber like James Weber, thank you for the support. So I know I said that this weekend would be a double ice video. This is going to be a very long video, so it's going to be postponed until either tomorrow, Sunday, or early Monday. So double ice is coming. It's going to be a very long video, so hope you guys do enjoy it when it is released. For today's video, we are shoutcasting a set of battles submitted to the channel by Fiery Phoenix 69. This is a legend ranked player, and they're running a pretty spicy team in the Open Ultra League, consisting of an XL Scrafty in the lead, Victini in the back, yes, Victini in the Open Ultra League, and a Cresselia. So this looks like a really fun team. I do like the Scrafty Cresselia core. It pairs very well. And then Victini in the back with that fire type and does provide some very solid coverage as well. This player did in fact reach legend, and he did actually battle me in the Open Ultra League and did successfully beat me using this team in the video. So a very strong trainer, a very fun team to use, and we're going to take a look at these battles. It looks like a very fun team. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please make sure you smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. Alright, so jumping into this shoutcast here, this is a very interesting team. This Cresselia Scrafty core actually performs very well. It's a very strong core, and Victini in the back does provide a lot of coverage for some of the weaknesses to the front lines. So it's a pretty balanced team overall, has really nice coverage. We see a Gyarados here in the first matchup. This is an XL Scrafty. Has a pretty decent matchup in general against Gyarados. Can lose in the 2 shields, but of course with Power Up Punch, there is bait potential and stuff to take into consideration for a lot of these matchups. So going straight for the foul play here against the Gyarados, and the opponent is going to let that go through. Now he swaps out immediately into Cresselia here, and the opponent's going to come in with a Giratina altered form. So has a slight energy lead. This is good for the Cresselia, of course. Going to throw this Moonblast right here, and no shield comes up. So both players do still have 2 shields. This is generally a winnable matchup for Giratina. However, it is very close, and of course it does require shields for the most part. Probably on both sides, the person who wants to win this matchup is probably going to have to invest at least 1 shield. Going for a Grass Knot bait here, which is a super risky play, because you're only saving about 1 move worth of energy, and if they don't shield, it flips the match entirely. So did get a shield there, got very fortunate. Good call on their part to get the bait, but that is a very risky play. Probably not a play that I would make myself, but then again, he did reach legend making these plays, so definitely knows what he is doing. And right here, the Giratina survives by a hair and going to throw the move. It's only a Dragon Claw though, so Cresselia actually survives that, able to farm down with the Cycle Cut and maintain switch advantage here. So the thing is, can't really come in with Victini against Gyarados, so going to have to come back in, or does come in with Victini. Okay, so I guess in this health range could probably farm down with Confusion, use 1 shield, so that does make sense. I didn't really take that into consideration, but I guess that makes sense. And the opponent has a Lapras in the back, so this is actually pretty bad for the opponent here, because Scrafty kind of walls this, and Victini with an energy lead, this isn't a good matchup for Victini. Lapras is going to win, but with the energy lead, can apply some pressure with the V crates. I imagine going to throw 2 here and then swap out into the Scrafty. So that is what they do. Gonna come with Scrafty now, and should be able to survive 1 Surf here. Might use the shield. Yeah, they are gonna shield this up. Lapras might have 2 Surfs. Oh yeah, exactly. So you're gonna have to use 1 shield regardless. And then I'd imagine probably commit to the farm down here, have the foul play ready to throw. No, just gonna go straight for the Power Up Punch here, get the boost. And I guess going to undercharge, so that makes a lot of sense. Farm down. It's a very strong play. The opponent does swap out, but these boosted counters actually take out the Gyarados there. And the Lapras comes back in, is able to get to the Power Up Punch. Going to take this battle. That was a very solid performance right there. And you could see those were some very skilled plays, a lot of tough decisions being made there, but they did pay off in the end to win that game. Rockhaven 7-0-3 here. In the next match, we got Scrafty lead into an Obstagoon. This is a beautiful lead for the Scrafty, of course. We got some Skype drama going up there at the top. Obstagoon getting destroyed here by the counters, but choosing to stay in. Of course, doesn't necessarily have to shield his Power Up Punch. Really is no reason to shield it, but this Obstagoon's going to end up losing this matchup here. And Scrafty doesn't really have to shield at this point, could let anything go through here. Even Cross Chop not doing too much, even though it is super effective. And the Cresselia comes in. So going to look to throw the foul play here, and then maybe swap into their own Cresselia. We'll see how this matchup plays out. Foul play comes through, does get the shield from the Cresselia, and looking to get to another one. Actually over tapped there, so it would have been CMP tie anyways, I think, here if they did go off the foul play anyway, so would have had to use the shield regardless. Managed to sneak in the extra counter as a result instead. So I like that play here, goes for the foul play. And looks like they're going to stay in this matchup here, or look to shield, probably throw the foul play and then swap out into Cresselia. So it does get the Grass Knot off there. Grass Knot I don't think would KO Scrafty from this range. Going for the foul play. Now this isn't going to knock out the Cresselia, of course, but it does do quite a bit of damage. Tried to swap out, unfortunately not able to, so that means this move is going to land on the Scrafty. It's another Grass Knot, so that's not going to KO. Victini comes in, and the opponent swaps into Gengar. Oh my goodness, getting absolutely chunked away by the confusion damage here. Shadow Punch will not KO. This is actually an interesting matchup because both players are doing super effective damage to each other. But the Victini here able to get to the V-Crate. This is going to knock out the Gengar, and the opponent is going to have to come back in here. This is actually the Zionic line, it looks like, and they back out. Okay, so the opponent did not want the smoke there. Backing out of the matchup, off to a 2-0 start here. V8 Vincenzo in the next match. We got Scrafty into a Swampert. So this is probably a pretty neutral matchup. I guess Scrafty being XL does help it in this matchup a bit more than it typically would. And of course, again, it comes down to baiting, right? If the opponent calls a shield bait on the Power Punch, then game could flip. If they let the foul play go through and whatnot, if they shield the Power Punch, they'll let the foul play go through. There's a lot of things to consider with Pokemon that have moves like this, where baiting is very dependent on the matchup and how it plays out. So swaps out into Cresselia to catch the Hydro Cannon here. That's a very nice play. And I imagine this Swampert might build up to a move and then swap out before the Grass Knot lands, which is what they do. And Registeel comes in. So this isn't a great matchup here for Cresselia, of course. Going to go for the Moonblast here. And you can see it's not really doing anything to the Registeel here. This Registeel might be leveled up just a bit. Does have Best Buddy as well. So Flash Cannon comes through. Looks like it is an XL Registeel, so it's super bulky for sure. Another Moonblast coming through. You can see these Moonblasts are not doing anything at all to this Registeel. That is one thick boy right there. Going to throw the move. If this is Focus Blast, going to KO. Going to shield just in case it is a Flash Cannon. And there is a bit of a desync in the switch timers for both players, so the Registeel stuck in here for a little bit. Going to throw the Power Up Punch. And I expect them to swap out. Yes, they do. Into a Machamp. This is not good. Can they get to the foul play here? Foul play, of course, is going to be resisted on the Machamp due to the fighting typing. However, still does quite a bit of damage there to the Machamp. They're able to farm down. They have a lot of energy, so probably don't want to come to Victini because Rock Slide would actually hurt quite a bit. So I imagine they'll come in with the Cresselia here to take the damage, which is what they do to CMP tie. This is totally fine to let this go through. If this does not KO, this is not a Shadow Machamp, we'll be able to get off this Grass Knot here, which might actually end up getting a shield from the Machamp. So let's see what the opponent decides to do. They let it go through. They don't know what the third Pokemon is. Comes in with Victini here. Registeel versus Victini. This matchup is not over yet, but Victini has a pretty solid matchup here against Registeel. Thing is, the Registeel still has 2 shields, and they swap out to Swampert here. Great play on the opponent's part. Gonna have to burn the final shield. This is a tough matchup. 0 shields left. Opponent still has 2. You have a Victini on a Swampert. Actually going for the Psychic here, the move that costs more energy because they don't want to lower the attack. Can they farm down with Confusion before the Swampert gets off the Hydro Cannon? Yes, they can. Registeel comes back in. Going to need to get off at least 2 V-Creates here while debuffing themselves. This is getting pretty crazy right here. Flash Cannon not going to KO. They're going to need at least 1 more. Can they outpace it? 2 V-Creates. Going to throw the first one right here. This is going to lower the defense, I believe, by 3 stages actually. But they can't farm down with Lock On. Comes in with Cresselia. If this Registeel could farm down, they might have ended up winning the game because I do not think Victini had the V-Create ready. I think they're 1 Confusion short. But the Cresselia gets to the Grass Knot, able to knock out the Registeel. Takes that game in dramatic fashion right there. That was one heck of a matchup right there. Absolutely incredible. CaptainBerries in the next matchup. Off to a 3-0 start here with this team. Scrafty into Cresselia. This is a pretty favorable matchup for Cresselia for the mostly because it's resisting the counter damage, of course, and Moonblast absolutely destroys Scrafty. It does in one shot, but it does probably 75% of its health, so it is a pretty risky matchup. Throws the Foul Play and swaps out into their own Cresselia, and the opponent comes in with a Charizard. This Charizard is running Dragon Breath. Still a pretty unfavorable matchup for Cresselia regardless. So going to go for the Moonblast here. Of course, in this situation, if the Charizard decides to go for like Dragon Claws and there's no shields, ends up being a lot better for the Cresselia, but they do go straight for the Blaster. It makes a lot of sense to go for the Blaster in this particular matchup here. You see Dragon Breath is still really adding up against Cresselia here. So going to throw the Moonblast, and that goes through. And the Charizard here, if Blast Burn does not KO, they may be forced to actually burn a shield here. So let's see if this is enough to take out the Cresselia. No, the Cresselia survives. Super thick Cresselia here with the 4 HP IV stat. Going to throw the Moonblast there. Does get the shield from the Charizard. Didn't want to risk whether or not they would survive that. So they do burn the shield, go for the safe route. And here comes Victini. Could be a Dragon Claw here. Blast Burn would probably hurt, but they're taking the chance on Dragon Claw. They do call that. Pretty much does nothing there. Able to farm down. Shield advantage as well. Let's see what the little Victini could do right here. Talonflame comes in, so there is a lot of fire in this match. We got Victini, Charizard, Talonflame. What is going on in this match? Going to shield up here with that little miniature shield for Victini right there. The Flame Charge comes through. Going to throw the Psychic here at this Talonflame. Let's see if they want to burn a shield. They do not. That does a lot of damage here, and they also did not lower their defense. Swap out into the Scrafty to catch the move here. Is this a Brave Bird? Brave Bird might KO at this range. Flame Charge, very good call right there. And we see the Cresselia come back in. Going to throw the Moonblast. Will they shield here? They're going to let the Scrafty go down. This game is going to come down to the Victini. Can it finish off the Cresselia here? This Cresselia has a lot of health left. It's going to get to a move. Will this get the final shield? No. Going to let this go. They will survive. It's only a Grass Knot. That's a great call. And now they have to build up for, it looks like they're going to need 3 V-Creates to knock out this Cresselia. So this game is definitely not over yet. Throws the V-Create. That gets the first shield. The defense is being lowered. At least the Psycho Cuts aren't doing too much. Going to burn the final shield now. Can they get 2 V-Creates off on this Cresselia before it gets the next move, and also while not getting the potential sack swap from the opponent? Here comes the first V-Create. It does not KO. Goes for the second. The opponent did not catch the move here. And because Victini has a 4-turn move in Confusion versus Talonflame's 5-turn move in Incinerate, the Confusion should register first, which means Victini takes out the Talonflame, wins this game. Another dramatic victory there in the final seconds. 4-0 in this set at the 3000 ELO range. Absolute incredible stuff here. We got DarknessDefiant in the next matchup, and we see this is a pretty new Pokemon to the open Ultra League meta this season. Galvantula here. You see it a lot in Premier, but this season there seems to be a lot of it in the open Ultra League, which is quite surprising to be honest. Lunge comes through. This Galvantula is actually a little bit problematic for most of the team here, so it's not that great of a match for this team. Scrafty staying in here, throwing the Foul Play. Opponent lets that go through, and now they swap out in to the Cresselia to catch the move here. Let's see what they caught, the Lunge or the Discharge. They catch the Discharge, it's actually pretty nice because that's not going to lower the attack here. Unfortunately, this Galvantula should get to a move first, which it does, and the Cresselia did not click the move here, so I don't think they're going to tap it now because the Galvantula might switch out. No, so the Galvantula doesn't swap out. Now they're going to throw the move in the middle of the Volt Switch animation. This might be enough to KO the Galvantula. So they do shield, they want to get off this next move. They actually swap out with the energy, catch the Grass Knot onto the Abomasnow. That is a very heads up play from the opponent there. And one Weather Ball will definitely be enough to take out the Cresselia here. Looks like the opponent's actually going for the farm down instead. This Cresselia is getting a lot of energy. Actually swaps out with that energy intact and comes in with the Victini, which pretty much walls Abomasnow. So the opponent played pretty risky there, and now that Cresselia has left the matchup with a lot of energy stored. So will this come back to haunt the opponent here? Weather Ball comes through. You can see Victini taking these like they are absolutely nothing. And this little thing is putting in work right here. I really like how Victini is looking right now in this meta. We got Abomasnow trying to just absolutely spam these Weather Balls. First shield coming up from Victini here. The little mini shield once again. And going to throw the Psychic here. So I guess they don't want to debuff themselves here with the V-Create. So just going for the Psychic. Their switch timer was up, so I think maybe V-Create might have made sense. Now they're forced to burn a shield if they want to go for the Psychic here. So they are going to do that If they went for V-Create on the Abomasnow, might have been able to get to the Psychic without having to burn that shield. Will that end up flipping this matchup? We'll have to see. Of course, he couldn't predict that it was a Politoed in the back, right? So it's a little bit difficult to make that call right there. Does come in with the Scrafty here, and the opponent swaps out into the Galvantula to catch this Power Punch, but they do end up shielding right there. They have a move ready. The Scrafty is going to get taken out here. This game's going to come down to Cresselia. And actually, there's a very difficult decision to make here, because if this Galvantula has a move ready, the Victini, oh man, okay, yeah, so gonna lose CMP tire against the Politoed. If they came in with the Cresselia and were able to farm down Galvantula and then swap out into the Victini to catch this move, they could have won, but the switch timer wasn't up yet, so that wasn't possible. Ended up going 4-1 in this set. Very entertaining battles. So that was one heck of a ride there in those battles, with the XL Scrafty lead and the little guy Victini putting in the work, giving the opponents that smoke. Very entertaining battles. Thank you so much once again to Fiery Phoenix 69 for submitting these, and good luck in the rest of the battles for this season. So the next video is going to be Double Ice. Finally bringing back Double Ice. I did tank down to 2800, and I'm trying to get back to 3000 as quickly as possible using Double Ice, trying to show that it does still work this season. If you guys are interested in that, definitely check out the next video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.